Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor and today I'm going to be talking about the curse of being a chill girlfriend. I consider myself to be a chill girlfriend in rehab, essentially. I have spent so much of my life being a chill girlfriend because I wanted love. So this is my first more like foray into commentary, and the reason why I kind of wanted to make this video is I love following like dating commentary stuff on YouTube, but a lot of the people that I follow, and this is no shade to them, but they're all in like relationships. And so they don't understand what it's like to be in the trenches. And so I kind of want to talk about that today in terms of myself and my stories with being a chill girlfriend and kind of the conclusions I've drawn about that and kind of the pitfalls of basically giving up your autonomy to have this title of being a chill girlfriend. So, hi, if you're new here, my name is Taylor. I make mostly crochet and reading videos, and I also do a tiny bit of lifestyle. I've been making Get Ready With Me videos for a little while now, and I do like to talk about like different topics. So if that sounds interesting to you, I post videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and sometimes Saturday. So I would love to have you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video and let me know if something like this would be up your alley. So let's hop in. I have my notes here. And once I finish my foundation, I will get into them. So essentially, let's start by defining what a chill girlfriend is. A chill girlfriend is a woman in a cis-het relationship, so relationship with a man, where essentially he gets to walk all over her. That is not a scientific definition. I didn't even go onto Urban Dictionary for that. But as a former chill girlfriend myself, I feel like I have enough expertise to talk on the subject. Some things that I have let men get away with in my time, in my past life being a chill girlfriend. I would forgive infidelity. I would let them just have girl best friends who didn't know any boundaries. I let men tell me to my face that I was not a priority in their lives, and I sat around and just waited to eventually be one. I think when you give yourself up to being a chill girlfriend, you're essentially giving up your agency as like a human being over to someone else to like determine your worth. And I think that a lot of this starts when you're a pick-me. And so, not to out myself, but I'm 26 years old. I grew up during the height of the pick-me girl stuff. Like, I'm not like other girls. I like to read. I like video games. I like this. And I think that the pick-me to chill girl pipeline is a very real thing that maybe we should analyze just a little bit more. Because in high school, I wasn't the kind of pick-me that would like put down my friends, but I was a dancer and I was super, super flexible. So any chance that I got to show that off in front of boys, oh yeah, I was doing that. I would talk about how I loved to play Pokemon all the time. Just like anything that essentially I thought boys would like, they needed to know that I also liked those things. And I didn't do this at the detriment of my friends. We didn't really have like a guy-girl like friend group thing in high school. So the boys that I did meet in high school, I met through band, marching band, and that was kind of just that, I guess. But I definitely like had so many boys, and even now as an adult, so many boys are like, you're just like not like other girls, and I'm like, now I'm like, don't say that to me. That's disgusting. But I used to take it as such a huge compliment. I like was kind of to the point in high school where like I wouldn't let myself indulge in traditionally kind of like girly things. Like, I would not admit that I had like Justin Bieber's first album and that I enjoyed listening to it. There was no way I was ever gonna admit that. My best friend growing up was like super big Directioner, and I like refused to listen to One Direction. Just like, I was not like other girls. I showed rabbits and listened to country music. I remember the first time a guy said that I was like a chill girlfriend, and I felt like that was the biggest compliment in the world. Like, oh my god, he doesn't think I'm uptight like other girls. Like, yeah, other girls, they just, you know, his ex was always on his back, all this sort of stuff. And I slowly realized this was like, gosh, probably one of like my first boyfriends. He thought that I was so chill, and I was so determined to keep that title that I watched this man openly like flirt with other girls in front of me and just like let it happen because I was a chill girlfriend. Like, oh my god, other girls, that might bother them, and it bothered me. It bothered me a lot, but I wasn't going to tell him that. No. It is not a compliment to be considered a chill girlfriend or like low maintenance, because if a guy, in my experience, if a guy is bragging about you being low maintenance, that means that he doesn't want to put effort into the relationship and he doesn't see it as something worth putting effort into. And I guess like my biggest thing is like I was so scared of being called crazy. I did not want to be called crazy at all because I wasn't. I never mad at you. I'm just like sad, you know? It's just horrible. And part of being like a chill girl is wanting to have a partner so bad, wanting to be loved so badly that you just give up every part of yourself so that you can have the status of having a partner. Because in society, people look at you so different when you do have a partner, especially as like I'm getting older, and I noticed this a lot in my past, like in my most recent relationship, where I felt like my family even treated me differently because I finally had a partner that I was living with at the time. And I think that it's like so kind of sad and backwards that that even happens, honestly. The status of having a partner is astounding, and especially living in the Midwest. And I know I say this a lot, but the marriage culture and the dating culture is so warped here. Because I know not everyone gets married at 18. That's literally impossible. Like, not everyone does that. And not everyone gets married right out of college. But like living in a place where so many people have, and like people that you know have, and like at this point in their life they're starting to have babies, like it feels weird. And so when you finally do turn up with a partner, people are like, oh my god, finally she settled down. I think I realized that I was too chill when after I broke up with my now ex in my most recent relationship, and I kind of started reflecting back on all my past partnerships and all of the things that I did and all of the begging that I did so that these men would love me when they openly did not want to. And that's one thing I will never understand about people in general, is a lot of people will stay in relationships that they just clearly do not want to be in, and they won't cut it off. And like, I get it, it's hard to break up with somebody, but especially if someone shows you that they do not love you, do not stay. My ex was an alcoholic, and on multiple occasions would drink too much and then say the most horrendous and horrific things to me. He looked me dead in the face one time and said, I want to sleep with other women. Like, I'm not happy with you. I don't love you. All of these, like, very mean things. And then just, like went to bed when I was, like, openly crying, like, curled up in a corner of our bedroom. And then the next day, he was like, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't know. I was drunk. I love you. And I just let it slide. Because I was a chill girlfriend. And the thing about the chill label is it is ripped away from you so fast. It is such a fragile label because the minute that you do something that that man does not like, that label is like stripped from you and now you're a nag. So I guess, like, what am I doing to not be a chill girlfriend anymore? Well, first off, I'm not really dating right now. Me and my roommate finally have some kind of set plans to get out of South Dakota. We're super excited, so no point in really, like, getting into anything when I know I'll be leaving soon. So there's that. So not dating for this amount of time has really helped me kind of realize how I have not been respectful to myself and really think about, like, things I will no longer tolerate. As a recovering chill girl, I'm going to tell you a few maybe harsh truths, but things that I know that I've needed to hear in the past. And even if only one person needs to hear these things, I will feel like this was, like, a success for me to say, because I don't want anyone to ever feel the way that I felt. So I'm gonna start this out by saying, like, this is gonna sound super harsh. This is like a tough love moment, but if a man tells you or treats you as if you are not a priority in his life, you need to leave him. You are not going to get anything out of trying to convince him because he has already decided that you are not worth his time. And that does not determine your worth as a person. As someone who felt like my identity was so tied to male validation for so much of my life, I'm telling you right now that you are worthy of so much more than what you are currently receiving. And I know that it's hard, but you need to leave. And I hope that you have a good support system and good friends or family members or somebody who can help you, because I know that that's what helped me. If I didn't have my best friends, I don't know what I would be doing right now. Next, do not compromise on what will make you happy in this life. I'm realizing more and more that, like, we only get this one little life. Me and my best friend say this to each other all the time. You only get this one teeny tiny little measly life, and, like, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to spend your time doing? What do you want to do with your time? Because, like, do you want to, you know, use it to spread a message? Or do you want to travel the world? Do you like where you live? Do you want to continue living there? Because if not, you are just wasting your life. And why would you waste your life being unhappy? I compromised on everything. Everything. Like, I was planning on moving out of Sioux Falls when I met my ex. That was the number one thing I wanted to do, is I wanted to get out of Sioux Falls. Well, he had just moved to Sioux Falls and was going to be there for, like, the next however long his, like, work schooling was going to take. So instead of going and doing my own thing, I decided that I was going to stay back with him. And then eventually we would go and have such a time of our lives, but it would only be where he wanted to live. That was the thing. It was only where he wanted to live. And that's not the first boyfriend that I have done that with. I have dated so many men who are like, I'm not leaving my hometown. I don't want to leave where I'm from, all this stuff, like, nothing is going to get me to leave. And that's fine if people have that opinion, but if that is not something you agree with, which I did not, why did I sit and compromise that so much? Obviously, that's like, I wanted to be loved, and like, I don't sit here and say these things to dog on myself. Please understand that this is anecdotal, and I know that I'm not the only one, and sometimes hearing stories helps people realize what situation they're in. It was something like this that made me realize that I was not in a good relationship and that I needed to leave. And it started making me like question things more. So that's why I share these stories. Same with my ex too. He wouldn't eat anything I cooked. The man would only eat like chicken patties every single night. It just... I'll move on, but like, don't compromise things that you genuinely want out of your life to be with somebody, because there is somebody who wants to give you those things. A couple things that I've realized is like, people are going to call you crazy no matter what, and I feel like as a society, like as women, we've realized more and more that we need to question more when people ask like, or when people say like, oh, my ex was crazy. Like, my question is always, what'd you do to make her that way? Some people are just trash. That is so valid. But 9 times out of 10, a man has told me some horrendous things that he has done. And then I'm like, wow, I would have gone crazy too. I always say, if they're gonna call you crazy anyway, you might as well give them a show. It doesn't mean do anything illegal or assault them or like, don't hurt anybody, but give them a show. The next thing is demanding that you be treated with kindness and respect and standing on that. Whenever my boundaries have been trampled on in a relationship and I just was like, oh, it's fine, I died a bit inside. And that may sound so out there, like, oh my gosh, that's so extreme. I truly felt like I was dying on the inside when I did not respect myself and respect my own boundaries that I wanted. Like, I wanted this respect, but at the same time, I was not respecting myself. I was not commanding respect. Next is automatically removing men from Snapchat, Tinder, iMessenger, what have you, the minute that they disrespect you. And at that point, when they don't know you very well, there is no reason why they should be disrespectful in any way, shape, or form. For example, I unmatched a guy on a dating app because he told me that he was going to take all my romance books and burn them because they would have given me too high of expectations, and thought that that was some sort of dark humor. And as someone who has studied history and then heard so many things about book burnings and, you know, a candidate in Missouri who's running for governor, like, took press photos burning children's books. So, like, that's not funny. That's, like, not really funny to joke about. So, like, don't tolerate disrespect. Don't. The next one is both, like, safety and not being chill. Meet in public first. It doesn't have to be the most expensive date. It doesn't have to be over the top. Coffee dates are just fine, or, you know, getting a beer or something, but like, meet at a neutral place and drive yourself, especially if you're going drinking, because you know your limits, but you don't know that man's limits. And do not invite a man over for the first time that you're meeting him. It is just like so unsafe. You don't know if he's gonna try and steal from you, or, you know, what's going to happen. Never, never, ever, ever don't do that. And the biggest thing that I can tell you is that, like, you need to be willing to walk away. You have to love yourself so much, because truly, when I was in the midst of being the most chill girlfriend imaginable, was probably when I hated myself the most. Because if something bothers you, say something. If he's doing something that he shouldn't be doing, he, she, they, whatever. Like, I feel like this kind of transcends gender, because I think we've probably all been a little too chill sometimes. But I'm talking from, like, my experiences dating mostly heterosexual men, because, like, I get it. I get it. It sucks. It sucks to be alone. I get it. But if there's one thing I've learned as an adult, it is that my, like, female friendships matter so much more to me than any relationship ever has. And I think that says something about, like, the relationships that I've been in. And that, I mean, that's hard. I spent a lot of time with those people and I loved them at one point, but none of them give me or have ever given me even a little sliver of the emotional intimacy that I have had with my best friend. And I think that everyone who is pursuing romantic relationships should be, like, with their best friend. Like, that's what I want. I know that's what my best friend wants. Just so hard to foster emotional intimacy. I'm sure some of this will probably come off a little bit preachy, but honestly, as someone who needed to be smacked upside the head with the bullshit that I put up with, I can't be the only one, is, like, what I have to say about that. I know I'm not. I've had friends who done it, male and female, who just put up with too much shit. We could all probably benefit from a little chill girlfriend rehab. Let me know what you think about this. I've been dating since high school, actively, like, choosing to stop dating for any length of time is something that, not foreign to me, but, like, newer to me. I definitely have stories for days and definitely different topics that I would like to talk about with, like, being single and kind of, like, how I came to a decision to you know, be okay with, like, not having children or, you know, potentially not wanting children. And all sorts of different things that just kind of swirl around in my head that I would love to, like, talk with you guys about. Because one thing to, like, sit down and hear someone talk about, like, the statistics and stuff, but to hear, more anecdotal stuff, I feel like is also important. And sometimes I feel like we're missing, like, the really genuine anecdotes. And I have, you know, stuff from my own personal life and then stuff that I've seen online, obviously, and stuff that people have told me. Like, not super private stuff, obviously, but yeah. I'm trying to think. I think I hit all my talking points. This was really interesting. It was really fun to, like, think of and script for and all this sort of stuff. So I hope you like it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. I would love to have you in our little community. Again, my name is Taylor and I post videos on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and sometimes Saturday. I will see you guys next time. Bye.